Yeah, that's true. Because working out in that path, you wouldn't be able to. I've never put the boots on my horse, so I don't know. So when they're, I guess they wouldn't normally run unless there was a big thing going on. But since you're a horse person,
King of the gods is angry.
Oh yeah, they can do everything.
Zeus.
With the boots. Yeah, the boots are like tennis shoes. Yeah, it takes them getting used to. But
do they like freak out when they first?
when
get
they
them for the
first get them
time?
on, they just kind of are like, what you know, what are these? But they get used to them really quick.
And there's no slipping or then they're going to trip when they start to
I mean,
trot?
they can slip just as much as if they didn't have them.
Okay.
So, I mean, and if anything, they have a little better traction with the tread underneath. The shoes that we used to have, because they're on so many surfaces, we used to have cleats on the bottom. So they were really like when that horse's foot would hit the ground, there was no movement or variance there. So it was almost like walking on Velcro, which, as you can imagine, can be somewhat damaging to joints, things like
would
that.
think. I would
So
think,
Sure.
over
yeah.
time, we have
Yeah.
horses that have been here for a while that started to have a little more arthritis, things like that. And you can't blame it all on the shoes, but it definitely contributed. So we decided to shift those out and use boots. And the cost is about, I mean, if anything, it's equal to or cheaper.
I
And
would think it'd
we
be
get a
cheaper.
better benefit from it.
Yeah, that's good to know because otherwise, when they go to retire, I would think arthritis would be horrible for them.
Right. I mean, and
But
it's
the boots
every
make a
horse will get
difference.
arthritis,
Sure.
but you know, I mean, any horse that's in work especially. So, but anything we can do to keep them healthier, we're gonna do.
Do the horses ever get, like mobility issues from being on pavement so much though? Like just the overall. Because I know the boots help that, but it's just that when I typically think of horses, I think of farms. Like I think of soft grass, not concrete. Yeah, dirt. Yeah. I mean, that's.
And
I wouldn't say they
The
get,
standard
they get
way.
mobility issues. I don't think that any of their injuries or issues that they have is any different than any other horse in a program that works.
Sure.
So a show horse would have the same problems that a horse like this would have because they get
Yeah.
worked for long periods of time and they usually
maybe not
only
on
walk
cement.
on the street. They're
was
not
gonna say.
doing anything fancy.
Yeah.
So any horse that's being used for other than just a pet or like a trail ride or things like that
Yeah.
is going to have degenerative things happen to them. So any
Long-term issue, right, yeah.
long-term issues. So these are no different
Yeah.
than the program. Now, the certain areas might be more than others depending on what the horse is doing. Obviously, if they're a show horse, they're going to be slightly different. But every horse that is used as a working animal is going to have problems,
These guys
or
obviously
I guess
load-
develop problems later on. So
Yeah.
they load in trailers really well, and I mean, how do you teach them to be in a crowd other than their first time to